Record. So
Go for
Jimmy,
it. I can't see you. I can't see you, but you can see me, right?
yeah, I can see you. You're good.
Okay, that works.
Um, so Jimbo, I want
Yeah.
to ask you, and we talked about this last week, but the conversation is, can you tell us about the two times you saved a human being's life?
Yeah. One directly and one, I guess, not so directly. Um,
Give or take, it was the same similar situation. So
Similar situation, super eerie.
let's go through it.
So yeah. So the first one was, let's see. First one, I had kind of just a weird feeling already during the day. Like it was late at night. It was my only ride I was doing that night, and
Yeah, turn down your volume a little
so
bit.
I get a call, a ride request, and I almost didn't take it. I was like, ah. And I noticed whenever I almost don't take a ride, and then I do, like when it's like late at night or whatever, ends up being like a highlight,
Right.
for better or worse, of the day. Like it ends up being like a crazy ride. Like when those chicks took me to the gay bar. That was a ride I wasn't gonna do, and that ended up being hilarious. Um,
You went
but
to a gay bar. I
yeah,
never heard that story.
yeah. Three chicks were heading to a gay bar. It was like 2 a.m. or 1:30 or something.
Well,
1:30
let's say
a.m.
that for another one.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
It was funny. But yeah. So get a request, and it's this like lady, like an older lady saying, "Oh, like this ride's for my husband because he's fucked up." Like Northern Hillbilly type sounding people. Nothing against them, but it is what it is. And it's like we never used this before. Like, is the payment already in? Like, that sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, oh yeah. I wouldn't be able to see your location or anything if it didn't go through. And it's oh, okay, cool. And she's like, so you'll get him a ride. I'm like, you requested me, so yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Um, and then so get there, and when she said like he's fucked up, I was like, I mean, I drive drunk people. There's one thing I noticed that there's a blatant difference between like when two people are drunk. Like there's a blatant difference between there's something about an old person, like old men in particular, like the old like 70 something,
I
or
can
six.
feel a lot of experience coming through your voice. It seems like this hasn't been the first time, but yeah, go on.
No, yeah. Well, just through childhood, just
Yeah.
there's something inherently just embarrassing, and just gives you a bad feeling of like that the 60-something-year-old like frail like old alky,
Okay.
old alcoholic, like
Right.
with an unkept beard, and like just it's just like ugh, like yeah, I got two kids, they don't want to see me, like that type of guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I drink, But so yeah, so he I get to the house. He comes up and says, "All right, so you're gonna take care of him?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll make sure he gets there safe and sound." She's like, "All right," because like I said, he's really fucking drunk. And so he gets in the car, and I'm never. It's hard to make me pissed if you're a stranger. And like this like I mean almost about 5 minutes in, I've never experienced someone young, old, whatever. I've driven some trashed like college kids and stuff like that who are drinking like it's like tomorrow isn't gonna come. But
Right.
I've never driven someone where I legitimately can't understand one word coming out of their mouth. Like I've never experienced that, and that's how this guy was. He's like in the back, he's like, and I'm just like, yep, yeah, I'm taking like just going with the same answer. Usually, it's like, yep. So I'm going. We're going. It's only about 10 minutes now. Something like that. And the whole time, just thinking this is gonna be a problem. I know this is gonna be a problem. This old dumb fuck who I can't even understand, 60 something, however old he is, 70 years on on this earth, and you are embarrassing yourself right now. You can't even talk. I feel like you're gonna shit yourself, big man. Fucking, old person supposedly full of wisdom in front of this 20 something year old nobody that's driving you right now. What a great decisions, bro. And so I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I get there. Now I get to argue with this fucker. I get to argue with him for felt like forever, probably like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, so where's your house? Is this your house? No, you got to go down the street a little bit more. I'm like, oh, okay. And now I'm starting to get flustered. I'm starting to get pissed off. I'm getting a little bit more sporadic. Like instead of creeping up on the house, I'm like, and then like stop. I'm like, is this the house? Oh, this isn't. It's the one behind us. Yeah, so that's my truck. I'm like, oh, okay. Put it in reverse. And then I'm like, is this it? This is it? Oh, this isn't it. Okay, well, sir, I don't fucking know where you live. You do. Where do I take you? I need you to be online right now. Okay, I need you to fucking think about this, about where you are, like a fucking child. And then then he's like, this isn't my hood. This isn't my hood. This isn't my neighborhood. I'm like, well, see, he's like, you gotta take me to my neighborhood. I'm like, well, sir, here's the thing. And now I'm getting kind of ornery. I'm like, well, here's the thing, sir. I don't know where you live. I was like, you do. Right. And he's like, he's acting like, no, I'll pay you. I'm like, oh no, I'm already being paid, sir. I'm being paid. That's not an issue. The issue is getting you out of my car right now because I don't want this. I'm a driver. I'm not your driver. I said, so what's up? Where the fuck is your house? You stupid prick. And then like.
Did you call him that? Did you actually call him that?
No.
I wouldn't put it past you at this point.
At that point, yeah, I'm surprised I didn't. Just like, because also we gotta remember we're just dealing with an old drunk asshole.
Gotcha.
Who knows? Who knows? Like you don't want to rile him up.
So you find the house at one point.
Well, we've been in front of the house for the whole time.
Okay.
Whole time. And he's like, oh, there's my house. And it's right there. I'm like, oh, this is it, sir? This is it? He goes, yeah. I hit unlock. He goes, fucking night, sir. Get out of my car. Have a great night. Oh, that's your house? Okay, get out of my car, please. Hold on. And then not moving, not even making an effort to leave the car. And like, oh, hold on. And then, doing this. He's never getting out unless I do something.
Right.
So, here, let me help you. And I open my car, open his car door, grab his hand. He's like, hold on. Oh, yeah. And before all this, he tells me, how much do I owe you? And I'm like, you know what? You owe me a lot for the shit I'm having to deal with you right now. So, you know what? So I thought, you know what? I'm being paid already. I was like, let's finagle him. Yeah, $20. I was going to say 40. But I was like, oh, we'll make it believable on his end. I was like, $20. And
Jimmy's never done something like this before, but this was like
never done this.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, to this day, even like I'm like, in that moment, I'm like, you know what, asshole, this is a ride that's worth more than the 13 or 14 I'm making from it. I'm kind of owed a bit more now, so yeah, $20, sure, yeah. And gives it to me. And, I felt a little weird about it because I don't usually do that.
You've never done that before. You don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty honest, and it's like and what followed this, I consider it to be like the universe kind of being like, no, you're a good guy. You can't do that stuff, yeah. Jimmy. Like, and otherwise we're gonna know. So grab his hand, to take him out. And his hand isn't in mine for more than probably like a few seconds. The minute his feet, he's so fucking plastered, he's so destroyed, that the minute his feet touch the ground, he's got no give, none. He slips out of my hand and then does one of these, it almost looks like a pratfall. Where some people fall, it takes so much time and you see it occurring, like where it almost feels like staged.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, he does one of these, little like a little jog trying to catch himself, and then just plants right on his head. No, again, fucked up, completely hammered, so he doesn't put his hands in front, none of that good stuff. Just straight up, arms to the side. And I hear it, like, it was like, like you fucking hear it. You hear the bone hit the concrete.
When you say the bone, you mean his skull?
His skull, yeah. Like where his skull did a little bounce on the concrete. That's how hard he hit it. And then I already knew this, but a bad sign when someone gets hit in the head is immediate snoring.
Oh.
Like it's bad enough that they're unconscious,
right.
but immediate snoring, because it means that it's lights out. All systems are shut off right now. And for it to happen immediately means something inside his head just got wrecked.
Right.
Like the equivalent of like putting water over a keyboard, and so and it's dark out. Like we're on like a neighborhood street off of where IUSB is.
So that's like
that's like 2 a.m.
It's very rural.
What?
Very rural.
Very rural.
Yeah.
It's like 2 a.m. So no one's fucking out. There's no. If this had been midday, like I'm sure for someone else probably would have called the cops.
Right.
But but no one out. Pretty dark out, so I don't see it right away. And then I just noticed from the moon's illumination, like, I'm like shaking the shoulder, like, sirs, and I'm already, I'm on adrenaline already,
right.
Because I've never experienced this type of situation. I've never had to.
Right.
I mean, that's why it was also a good situation. Like, if for anything else, is to know what you're made of, I guess. Not to say I'm anything like I'm not comparing myself to like a soldier or anything like that.
No. This is a moment where it's like you got to step up. You have to step up.
Yeah. Like I literally like had I not done what I did, he would have died in about an hour probably.
So what happened? You said the moon's illumination. Yeah.
Yeah. I took out a baseball bat and.
You said the moon's illumination.
He got me pissed.
But what did the moon show you? Is what we're trying to.
So the moon shows me this little pool of black that's starting to spread. That's starting to get bigger and bigger really fast.
Oh my God!
Under his head, and I can actually think about this. Think how much blood there has to be. It's coming out of his head, right? And you can hear the faint trickle, like water dripping.
That's
so fucked up. And so the minute I see that now, I'm like, oh my God, fuck, oh my God, fuck. I'm just, but like not like an asshole, like just doing that, right. But didn't call, So like immediately I'm like, call 911. Take my phone off the thing, 911, and 911's your emergency. And I tell him like. I'm trying to be calm, but it's like there's no thought process going at that point. You're not thinking you're not legitimately thinking. You're just doing, and it's like your brain is just like, okay, fuck inner monologues right now. What do we have stored that he knows he has to do? So I tell her, I'm an Uber driver. Drive this man. He's heavily intoxicated. I can't even. She's like, is he speaking? I'm like, yes. I go, yeah, he's speaking. I was like, he's so drunk though. I was like, he hasn't really. Speaking is a broad term. I was like, so he. She's telling me, okay. So I tell her the situation. She goes, okay, I need you to stay out. The paramedics are going to be on their way. In the meantime, I need you to stay on the phone with me so I can talk you through what you need to do. And then, like if I have a towel or anything like that, I get my black sweater. That's in the back. That's in the trunk. I like that sweater. And so take it out. Say, okay, you need to put him on his back. He said he landed on his front, so you need to turn him over. And I'm asking, like, is it okay to like move his head? Is it okay to move him? I heard something that's supposed to move. Like, sir, you're okay. And like the minute I'm saying this shit, I'm like, dipshit. She knows what she's doing. Just listen.
Right.
And like, but you know, you're just spouting just you know, nonsensical. Just they and they're cut. They know what they're doing. They know how to respond to you because they know what you're dealing with. That's why like a lot of people are like, oh, like there's some people that would say like emergency hotline people, they sound so cold or something like that. It's like, no, it's like it's just calculated. They know exactly what has to be done. Like your emotions don't matter to them.
No.
They know exactly what you're thinking and what what chemicals your body is producing right now to make you say what you're saying. They don't give a shit. They're like, okay, so then that's how you have to be. Imagine if call operators like that were like, wait, what? He's bleeding? Oh my fuck! Like, we gotta call somebody.
Right,
you know,
right.
like, you know, yeah. Oh, good. I can send them paramedics myself. Actually, good. Yeah, you're fine, man. Jesus, that's crazy. You know, like, then it would be anarchy.
Right.
So like, so turn him over, press the sweater against his head. I can't see shit. I mean, like I can see a little bit, but you know, for all I know, it's way more black. I'm noticing that the sweater's feeling a little wet immediately. And it's a thick sweater. And then, so I'm doing this, and he's doing his fucking gibberish, fucking old drunk shit. Like, like, you know, putting his fucking hands out. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you fucking, like, you know. Like, I'm like, at that point, I'm saying, like, sir, I'm just trying to help you. I was like, you're bleeding really bad, sir. And I'm saying that, trying to calm down, but in my head, I'm like, if you fight me, like, if you try to fucking fight me on this, I might just let you die. I might. You fucking asshole. But anyway, you know, just, you know, it's not my fault that you're drunk, bitch. You know, that like I can let the paramedics come here and be like, oh fuck, you came too late, guys. He's fucking dead. You know, like, but so anyway, like, you know, he's like putting his hands up. Luckily, it's an old frail man, and I'm a fucking 230. You know, so he fucking, you know, so are you laughing? But you know, and then as he's, you know, like as I'm pressing the sweater against his head, you know, there's blood. You know, I can see blood. You know, it's whatever. Like, what he can do. Like, he's got some blood on my beard and like on my fucking coat, and my hands, obviously. They get there, and I'm freaking out. Like my hands didn't move in the whole time. Like, I don't think I even felt sore, and it took them a hot second. Not long. I was actually pretty impressed with how short a time it took them, but enough time, like I don't know. Think about how many minutes. Like 5 minutes can seem like a long time in this situation.
Right.
Where you put okay, I can't move my hands, otherwise you're gonna die.
Right.
You know, so paramedics get there, and you know, again, just like the call center people, they know exactly what to say. Like, it might sound like they're being jokey, you know, but
Right.
it's all pre-calculated. Like, he gets out of the car, they know what's up, they know about I'm an Uber driver and shit like that. They're like, hi. I was like, hey, and they're like, well, tough, not the easiest ride for you, was it? I was like, I'm like, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, and then, you know, at this point, fucking sweat. Like, I'm not holding against the guy's head anymore, and they're just like, the guy's still bleeding out right here, and they're like, okay, well, we can take it from here. So how are you? Are you okay? Are you doing all right? I'm like, I'm fine. Yeah, he's not. Like, you know, like, and then, you know, I tell them like what happened. They're like, calm down, it's okay. And you know, I tell them, you know, what happened, and then they just look down and they go, okay, what's your name? I go, James Pickard. And they go, okay, well, yeah, you're good to go. We'll take it from here. I'm like, you don't need like a statement or anything like that. Like, they're like, no, you're fine. You can leave. And that's the end. That's I drove away, went to a bar and cleaned my hands off, and had another fare.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. And I want to follow this up with, you had the same exact thing happen again. And you don't have to necessarily go into the details, but you drove another drunk guy home, right?
Yeah. It was that, like, from the very beginning, it was eerily similar.
Right.
Like, where
Right.
I had a bad feeling in my head.
And this was like a week later, yeah.
So the previous scenario, nothing like that. I have driven 3,000 people in 3 years.
Right.
Or 3,000 rides, rather. And I've never had had a ride like that. Nothing
Right.
like that has ever happened. They've all been relatively tame. The worst thing that ever happened was someone threw up in my car.
Yeah.
A college kid, once. Like this is completely unprecedented. So for it to happen once, like that's crazy. But then this next thing, the similar situation happened. Drunk old guy outside of a bar this time. He's carrying on a conversation, but there, you know, yeah.
You actually like this guy this time, right?
Yeah, I was actually,
right.
I even was telling him, like, he's like apologizing that he's drunk, and I'm telling him about this story. I'm like, yeah, actually, I wouldn't apologize for you. I was like, I had a dude that was too drunk, and let me just, and then I was like, I don't want to go into it. I was like, let's just say I'm happy I can talk to you.
Right,
I was like, I'm happy, you know, it's fine that you're
You
drunk.
can communicate.
We all get. Yeah, I was like, I'm just like, we all get drunk, man. At least you can fucking talk.
Right.
You know? And you're taking an Uber, you got the fortitude to not be driving yourself.
Right.
You know? So that gave me hope, and like it gave me a little feeling of ease. And then we get to the apartment complex, and he's like, okay, thanks, man. And then like, you know, gets out of the car. And I'm holding my breath because I'm like, if this happened, there's no way I'm this unlucky. There's no way. There's no way that I.
Did he ask for? Did he try to give you a tip like the other dude, or was it just a different?
Yeah, he gave me $20.
Okay.
Right out the gate. Or no.
Okay, we'll build up to it.
Yeah. He gave me $20 after I got him in his house out of thanks.
But
that's where I saw the difference. I was like,
you're breaking it.
I wonder if I was getting punished kind of for trying to.
So what? But what ended up happening? So he's getting out of the car.
Yeah, guy's getting out of the car, and he loses his legging, falls against the car now. And immediately I'm unbuckling my seatbelt. I go, fuck, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is not happening. This is not happening again.
Right.
This is not happening. Because I'm thinking, if this guy's head is split open, like the first guy, even though I'm completely innocent, we got a case. Or something.
No, Jim, you would be in trouble for that. If this happened twice,
Right? But two guys of the same demographic, drunk, you know, just happen, no one there to see.
Right.
You know, yeah, scary situation. So, you know, eccentric looking big dude, you know, but anyway, like, go over there, he's fine, thank God. You know, he's on his on his knees, and he's like, fuck, and he's like getting pissed. He's like hitting. It's kind of funny actually. He's like hitting the ground, like a character in a movie. Like, yeah, I'm you. He's like hitting the ground. Like, why did I get so drunk? Damn it! Like,
you can't be mad at this guy. You know what I mean?
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was happy to help this guy because he was showing. Because one, I can fucking understand the guy, and I understand his plight.
You understand? You've been there.
Like, I haven't been there, but we've all been there at one point. And yeah, he's just pissed off. And he's like this old, it's an older dude, like where it's like I can tell he doesn't do this a lot. The other guy seemed like he did this every night.
Right. So you have respect for this guy. He just had a little fun. He just went a little too hard.
Yeah, he got a little too comfortable that night. That's all.
Right.
So at that point, like, I keep trying to help him up. It's taking forever. Not happening. He keeps losing his footing. And the thing is, with each time that he loses his footing, is the opportunity resetting itself for him to split his head open.
Right.
So I can't make sure it happens again at all. So I help him up. And basically, I just have kind of a fuck it attitude. I'm like, this is not going to happen again. There's no way. So I just pick him up and put his arm around my shoulder. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm getting this fucking guy inside.
All right. So Jimmy mentioned himself earlier. He said, that the cops see this eccentric big guy. So Jimmy, you weigh like 230 pounds. You're like a 230-pound bodybuilder. You could like literally put somebody over your shoulder and just
Like,
Just
yeah,
walk him over.
and
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and also when the paramedics the first time when they showed, when that they didn't show up again, but like the first with the other guy, when they showed up, I didn't know that it was the paramedics right away.
Right.
I thought it's just a car, and I'm thinking, sweet fucking Jesus.
You're covered in blood.
I'm covered in this man's blood. I'm holding him down, like on his head. I'm wearing my fucking big leather and fur jacket. Like I got this mohawk thing going on. I'm like, I look dangerous. And this looks like a bad situation. This looks like I fucking murdered an old man in the street.
You do kind of look like a gangster or something. You look like someone in like some sort of like Russian gang or something like that. I don't know.
If it was just a random person, think about yourself.
Yeah.
You're driving. It's late at night, and you're driving down a road,
Right.
and you're seeing this scene. You're like, oh my god! And you'd fucking do a Yui and then call the cops.
Yeah.
That's being murdered.
That's
Like
absolutely.
a fucking Viking.
Totally.
Like, yeah. But so anyway, like.
So let's take it back to the second story. So you got this guy over your shoulder. You're carrying him to his house.
Yeah, and instead of being like the other guy, like a fucking jackass, this guy's just sort of defeated. I got him over my shoulder, and he's like he's like swinging, and he's just like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry about this. God damn it!
Yeah.
Like he's I don't know why I got this drunk. Shit. Like, I'm like, and I'm just like, it's fine. And like,
this is you in like 30 years, like coming home from Uber, just apologizing.
Yeah. But so anywho, so like
You saw yourself. No, that's
I saw myself. But so get him. Like he should, this guy at least can tell me whether he remembers where the fuck his apartment is. Gets there, and then he's got to stand up. So I put him down. And he was another like skinnier type guy too, so he was pretty easily carryable.
Right.
But so he's got to stand. So he's fucking with his keys. It's taking forever, and the whole time I have one arm on each side of him,
just to make sure.
Because there's a drop off. It's a little porch. So if he falls to the right, oh good. Oh he's fucking dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, or he drops to the left. Oh fuck. Okay, cool. He's fucking dead. And
then there's that scene of you. The guy crashes. Someone looks out their window, and the mohawk.
and I'm there, and I see that. I'm like, with like blood shaking off of my hands. Like no. And I'm like chasing after him and trying to explain. Like I'm like, wait, he needs help. Like,
oh god.
So, but what are you gonna say?
I know you, so it's all good. But I understand, like, some stranger.
If the next time I get a tattoo, I should get a tattoo on my forehead that says "victim of circumstance."
There you go. Oh man. So anyway, you get him up.
Born to be fucked. But anyway, you can't win them all. But that's on my tombstone. I'm gonna have it on there, being like, I tried my best. I guess it was the yellow wire. But when they say you got 10 seconds, they really mean you got 10 seconds.
Yeah. Jesus, man.
But anyway, so what was I gonna say? So
apartment. Yeah, he's fiddling with his keys.
Yeah, apartment. Yeah. I got an arm on each side so that when he inevitably starts to veer this way, I can like nudge him back.
Right.
Then eventually, I'm just getting impatient at this point.
Right,
so I'm just like, I take his keys. I'm like, all right, buddy. Well, which key is it? Goddamn. And then I open it up, and now this is where I was kind of iffy on my liability here because I should get more acclimated with how this might work, because I was thinking, okay, the minute he enters his door, I'm in the clear, right? Whatever happens to him inside, that's not none of my business. I have nothing to do with it. But
Once you're in his house, it's a different situation.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Once I'm in, or say something happens to him after I leave, and some neighbor looking outside like sees
That you
again,
you walked out of his apartment. Yeah. So it's a
yeah,
whole
this
situation.
fucking fat wrestler wearing a leather jacket running out of somebody's house, and then they say, hey, I haven't heard from Bob in like 2 days, and then he's fucking his head smashed, fucking kid, and they're like, oh, who was the last person he was with? Well, I got a suspect. I have a suspect. Anyway, it's hard to find either. Can you spot him out the lineup?
Oh God. Oh God.
So, so anyway, so that's where I wasn't quite sure. So, but I figured, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna make sure. I feel an obligation here, because again, I felt like it was like a second redemption. I felt an obligation, so I was like, okay, and also my main concern was, if that were to happen, he does because he said he has like a long straight staircase that he's got to get up that. So I was like, okay, and he's sure fucked up. You couldn't even walk to your goddamn door.
Right. Going up this staircase.
Yeah. So you're gonna you're telling me you're gonna die unless I help. So because you're gonna try it, because you're drunk. So you're like, oh, I can do anything. So get in there, and then he starts like walking up the stairs. And I'm like, he's like, oh, just so don't leave yet. Just let me get upstairs. I'm like, I got you, man. I was like, and so I'm walking behind him just so he has like a wall of me behind him in case he falls back. He's just on me. But because I'm not gonna fall. But so he, I tell him like, I was like, you know what? Don't be. He's like, God, this is so embarrassing. And he's hitting the ground again. He's like, fuck. like, why did I get so drunk? And so which way do I go? Oh, yeah. I was like, you know what? Fuck being embarrassed, dude. I was like, we've all been there. I was like, just crawl it. I was like, just get on your knees and just crawl. And he's like, okay. So he starts crawling up. Gets he gets to the top, or about to the top, enough to the top where it's like, all right, he's Gucci, he's fine.
Yeah.
And then, I'm like, all right, you're good, man. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go right to the couch, right there. I'm gonna go right there. Like, okay, cool. I was like, careful, like, just keep crawling, don't stand and bust your head. And then as I'm walking away, he goes, hold on. I'm like, okay. And then he takes out a 20. He's like, thanks, man, you're the shit. And then I took it and I looked at the 20. I was like, okay, there's something here. There's some kind of lesson that we just learned. Something. Because this is all very, very similar, but not. This is all very bizarre. This is very bizarrely correlating between the two situations.
Yeah.
And the conclusion I came to was, I out of anger and frustration, cheated $20 out of a very, very drunk man.
Yeah.
And then was punished for it by and him. So the universe is a cruel bitch if that's the case. But it's like busted. He got his head busted open so I could learn a lesson.
Oh my God.
Like the universe is just like, yeah, but he fuck him. Like Jimmy needs to learn, he'll be fine. But like if the universe has a voice, it's just like that. Like I'm getting taught a lesson, and then they have the same view as I did that night. What about the guy with the head? Like, he's no drunk. Who fucking cares about him? Like, so like, and then the second guy, the second guy was him voluntarily giving me $20, and it's odd that it was the same number. He could have fives or ones in his pocket,
Right.
but it was
Or a 10.
yeah. And not even just like $20, like two tens or like, you know, so like a $20 bill, just like the last time. Yeah, maybe, you know, I don't know, just maybe coincidental. I don't know. It's hard. That would be coincidental if it wasn't all the things leading up to it.
Right.
And again, like I said, never had all this shit didn't happen up for one time in 3 years of constantly Ubering people.
Right.
3,000 rides. And then these two situations happen within the same like 2 week span.
Right. And you felt sick in your stomach about that whole thing the first time, and
you follow your gut. You follow because your gut, man. It's your second brain.
Well, no, but I'm saying you felt sick to your stomach after the first situation, and then this after you experienced this, you know, the second.
Well, I didn't feel sick to my stomach. I felt uneasy about the $20 thing.
Right.
That's one thing that was cool. Like I literally, I hope it doesn't sound narcissistic, but like I looked up after the first time, what it feels like to save somebody's life, or like what kind of emotions are felt after save, like just stories about people that were in similar situations. My sister fell in the tub and like her jugular got, you know, cut open by the glass, and I had 10 minutes to save her life, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But just basically what it feels like afterward. And it was what I went through. It was like I felt, they said, like one person on there said, you feel incredible joy and like almost just a blissful you don't care. That's the feeling. Like not in a negative way, in a positive way though, but like where it's kind of like, and if everything feels kind of in slow motion, it feels just odd. Like you like for me when I drove away, and then I washed my hands and drove somebody else, and played music like it was nothing, and it was just like I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't register. You're like you're looking at the world around you, and it's the same world. It's the same world, the same road, the same car, the same you driving along that everything was before the whole situation. But you're putting this and you know, blood. I'm seeing, you know, I'm covered in another man's blood, stuff like that. And then afterward, it's like it feels like it doesn't even feel like it's somebody's blood. Like because I looked at it on my hands in the bathroom as I'm washing it off. I'm like this, like reiterating to myself, this is that man's blood. This is another person's blood on my hands. But it felt like paint.
Right.
It still was like this isn't real blood though, you know.
Right.
That's what it feels. But very like slow motion feeling. But that was the one thing that made sense though. Was they said if you feel great, you feel like you just took a B12 shot. Because definitely a prideful patting yourself on the back feeling. Right. Definitely. But I sort of just like, I don't care about anything. Like right after that whole night, the next day, I was just like, oh, well, yeah, bills. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, I got to pay that in a couple days. Yeah, I don't really give a everything's going to get done. I don't care about any of it though.
Right.
Like after that, it's like, what was I worrying about? Oh yeah. Why? You know,
right.
I was like, you know, because it just your brain from then on, I feel like it's all, for a while anyway. It can't process. You were just put through such an adrenaline rush that your brain, maybe it's like your brain can no longer produce the chemicals to make you feel worried about this because it has that as a reference now.
It's subjective. Everything's subjective. That's
Yeah.
why they say, like, it's hard to say to someone that's not such a big deal because this person experienced this. And it's like when you reference that, yeah, that can make you feel a little bit better about your situation, but you only really know what you've experienced. So you
Yeah.
having right. So you haven't experienced that. You probably don't feel that way anymore, but at least for that period of time.
Yeah. Well, because also, I mean, for the next couple weeks is all I could think about. But uh, now, like enough time, like I'll just forget. Like when you brought it up, like to talk about this shit,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
that, it wasn't that long ago. That was like only like 2 months ago, and I'm
Right.
like, oh yeah, that's right. I stopped somebody from bleeding to death out of their fucking head.
Huh? And you saved it up.
And,
You saved two people's lives.
yeah, I saved 2 different people's lives by the light of the moon in a leather jacket, like some fucking noir film.
Right. Right. That's pretty dope too.
Like,
Yeah, it's dope.
but yeah, I'm a fucking hero.
You're a fucking
no,
hero.
but oh yeah, and that's another thing too, where like I kept I didn't feel. That's another thing that I saw online. They're like, you said when you tell people these stories, they said like, you feel like an asshole. You feel like a fraud. Even though the shit you did was true, you can't quite accept. You can't accept that what you did was purely instinctual heroics. You like because I think because I saw how, because I got a glimpse as to, I've been an asshole, I've been a douchebag, I've been what's the word, ungrateful to family and stuff like that. But that situation, it's kind of like it showed exactly what's underneath all the bullshit.
Right.
Though,
Right.
Like where it's like I was actually in a situation where it's like, okay, who are you? Who are you, man? What are you gonna do?
Right. Right.
It's the kind of thing. It's like, all right, starting simulation 2. All right, Jimbo, man's down on the floor. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, and so that was a very prideful thing. I was like,
yeah.
but I'm so down on myself, and I'm so ready to villainize myself for things. And I'm so fearful of not sounding humble 100% of the time.
Right.
That even when I'm describing something like that, I still will be like, yeah, but it was my like when I kept saying before, like when I first told you the story, I was like, I feel like a part of me, I feel like it was actually my fault. I was like, because I feel like a part of me didn't grasp his hand enough or let go too quicker than I should have, or something like that.
You hated him, so you weren't willing to,
Yeah, I wasn't I wasn't willing to, like, when I saw him fall, I'd be like, oh no, like I was like, oh no, like I don't know, but at the end of the day, I'm the variable that night that separated him from leaving this world and staying on it.
Right. And arguably the other guy, honestly.
Definitely the other guy. I mean, maybe not, but I mean, who's to say if I let that?
He asked for your help. He was like, "I'm gonna need you."
I mean, he would have fallen.
Right. He could have. Okay. He could have hurt himself, and he wouldn't have had anyone around to help him, probably.
Yeah, it was a dark street with nobody on it.
Right.
It was an apartment complex, but it was fucking 2 a.m. again.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that was another thing I looked at with the second situation. It was like, what if it was like a kind of redemption for myself, where it was like, okay, like where it was like the first situation got thrown at me, and then afterwards, like, what? He's still down on himself. Jesus Christ, take the win, motherfucker. All right, you know what? Let's do it again. Like it was kind of like a second shot where it was like, look, man, like you repeated the process. You're a good guy. It's okay. It's not a narcissistic thing to accept that.
Right. No, and then I
And even now saying it, I'm like, you fucking conceited prick. But it's like, I'm talking about saving a man's life. Like, I'm a good person, so.
No, I mean, you could say you're a good person with much less than that. You know what I mean? So.
With much less of a pause.
Right.
I guess.
Jimmy, thank you, man. That was awesome. I'll give you a call
Yep.
after this. We were in 45 minutes deep. I'm okay with putting this whole video out, honestly. Whoever wants to watch it, that's all good. Yeah.
Me too. I mean, our family will watch it at least.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. Good enough for us. All right, guys. Peace. Much love. Mwah.
Peace out. Oh my God! No, I'm kidding.
Jim, no!
All right.
That would be a way to wrap this whole thing up.
Yeah. Fucking like phone.
Boom. It's like call.
Oh my God, they're dead.
It's,
The children.
it's like call has ended. I'm just like, that is nuts, man.
Like, well, folks, it looks like we lost him. Back to you, somebody.
I'm gonna call Rain. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Peace. Jim, I'll give you a call, man. Peace.